Hello, my loves. It's time for science today, and I'm not really going to do a lesson with you because last week we learned all about weathering, erosion, and deposition. So if you don't remember, I'll post my lesson video from last week right down below if you need a refresher on what weathering, erosion, and deposition is. But weathering, erosion, and deposition. Weathering is breaking, erosion is moving it, and deposition is when you drop it. So weathering break, erosion is when it moves, and deposition is when it drops. Or stays or gets placed somewhere and stays. So this is just me explaining to you what your assignment is. Here is the choice board that you are going to do. You're going to choose one of these 9 things, and you're going to complete it whatever it tells you to do. So I kind of want to go over each one and my expectations for each one. Okay, first is write a story about a piece of sediment that has undergone the weathering and erosion process, right from the sediment's point of view. So you're going to pretend you're a sediment, remember, is a piece of rock that has undergone the weathering, erosion, deposition process. So you're going to have to start from the beginning and tell me what happens. Remember, starts as a rock, weathering, maybe it gets rained on, gets in the cracks of that rock. The rock freezes and breaks into sediments. So then sediments, let's say it's next to a river, the sediments will get in that river, and then the river will take it to an ocean, and that is where it several years later, it will go down the river, down the river, down the river for years and years and years until it is deposited into a big ocean. But you can't just say that. You have to write it from the sediment's point of view. So, good morning, guys. I am a sediment and I am undergoing the weathering process. So today I am a part of a rock and it rains and I got freezing cold, and all of a sudden, I was on the move. I wasn't next to my sediment friends. I was on the move down a river. So you got to kind of dramatize it a little bit. You can create a PowerPoint presentation about weathering, erosion, and deposition using specific details. So if you want to create a PowerPoint on Google Slides, now I'm not going to show you how to do this. So if you don't know how to use Google Slides, then don't choose this one. But you can create a PowerPoint if you know how. You can dramatize the weathering and erosion process in front of the class. So when it says in front of the class, you can create a video on your iPad, just videoing yourself, kind of like we do with Flipgrid, but there won't be a Flipgrid. And you can talk about the weathering, erosion, deposition process. Make it real big and dramatic like I always am. You can research weathering, erosion, and deposition and create a brochure about the information you found. A brochure is like those, it doesn't have to be the 3 folds, but normally they have 3 folds, like this one is 2, but you could fold it into thirds and create a little brochure about it, telling me more about that process. You could create a comic book about the weathering, erosion, and deposition process. You could create a poster about weathering, erosion, and deposition. You can create a book about our vocabulary words, and use specific details about each of those words, weathering, erosion, deposition. Create a crossword puzzle using those vocabulary words, or you can write a skit using your vocabulary words. And a skit would be like how you would act out that process, maybe in front of the class, what you would say, what a friend would say. I would need like the script. So you can pick any of these. They're very creative. So it's gonna take you a little bit to kind of think of what you want to do and work it out. But I am gonna post, if you've forgotten what weathering, erosion, and deposition is, I'm gonna post that video that I did right down below for you to use. But other than that, that is your assignment for today. And I think you'll do great. Just take your time. Don't rush through this because I'm telling you guys, I'm not gonna just give you 100 for doing it. I'm going to look and see, did you take your time? Did you focus on the information? Do you know what weathering, erosion, and deposition are? All right. I love y'all. Make sure it's colorful if you do it on paper, or if there's a PowerPoint that there's lots of pictures. Okay, friends, I love y'all. Have a great day.